This is a big day for Audi, and I mean big because Audi has just unveiled its all-new flagship, the Q9. And as the name suggests, it sits above the Q7 and the Q8. This is the biggest Audi yet, and it's a big deal for Audi because this car is going to be the new flagship of the German luxury car brand. Now let's talk a little bit about the size. This car is over 5 meters long. It's much bigger than the Q7. To put the dimensions in perspective, the Q9 is 251 millimeters longer than the Q7. And the wheelbase at 3137 millimeters is 140 millimeters longer. So this is definitely a class bigger. Now it's being showcased in the US, which is going to be the biggest market for the Q9. In fact, the company says 65% of sales are going to be in the US. But the big news is that this car is coming to India. Definitely, it's going to be launched in India in the second quarter of 2027. Now let's take a quick look at some of the design highlights. The Q9 comes in two trims, Advanced and the S-Line. The advanced variant here has got these lit vertical slats which really emphasize the height and depth of the massive grille. The Q9 gets high-tech adaptive beam digital matrix headlights, and in fact the lighting technology is one of the highlights of the Q9. And one of the design highlights is the OLED rear tail lights, which are curved. Now this has really been achieved by using ultra thin glass. Of course, the four rings are lit up over here, and you've got the number plate over here right at the bottom to really emphasize the width and the size of the Q9. Interestingly, the Q9 has been launched with a 3-liter diesel, but before you get your hopes up, there's no diesel for India and just a sole 3-liter V6 petrol producing 367 horsepower and 500 Newton meters of torque running through an 8-speed auto box. Air suspension is standard across all variants, and the Q9 even comes with 4-wheel steering, but that's not confirmed for India yet. What about the inside? After the dated interiors of the long-in-the-tooth Audis we have back in India, the Q9's cabin is a taste of things to come. A good party trick is that all 4 doors are power operated and open and shut with the touch of a button. Or the driver can shut his door by simply pressing the brake pedal. As you can see, the interior is pretty revolutionary. And it's all digital over here. 3 screens, a 12.3 for both the driver and the passenger, and a 14.5 center screen. Very, very crisp and very responsive. Some nice touches. You've got the phone charger over here, which actually is magnetic, so it doesn't move around. A lot of buttons have gone. You've got the ones remaining for the volume knob, and even the AC vents. Now that's controlled again by the screen itself. So I think, well, it would be nice to move the vents. That is a bit of a miss. It's gone the way the Porsche Taycan is. So the vents again controlled by the menu. So really a very digital interface over here. But the good thing is that it is very intuitive and very user-friendly. Another big talking point is the panoramic roof. It's the biggest yet on an Audi. It is absolutely massive, and it's pretty high-tech too. Not only is it openable, but it has got an electrochromatic kind of technology, so you can dim it to make it completely dark or completely clear. It does away with the absence of a sunshade. You don't need one because it can go completely dark, but really remains to be seen how this will function in hot Indian ambient conditions. As you can see, Audi has really upped its tech and luxury game. The Q9 gets a 22-speaker Bang & Olufsen 4D audio system, and ChatGPT is integrated into the Audi voice assistant. Audi has really upped the quality in the new Q9 with high-quality materials which definitely feel a notch better than its German rivals. And that luxury quotient gets even higher with the S-Line version. So I'm with the S-Line version. This actually is the SQ9. No plans to bring it to India, but I'm sure it will come one day. This comes with the 4-liter V8, same one we have in the RSQ8. But let's talk about the design which is quite different from the advanced version, and that especially you can see in the grille. Now, unlike the vertical lines of the advanced one, this has a more hexagonal look, a much sportier look, and again you can see the lighting treatment is just absolutely fantastic. The digital matrix lights really a big talking point. And look at the indicators. This is really one of the highlights. Now you can imagine that you're pulling out from a truck in front of you. The car can't be seen, but you are giving a warning to someone who obviously wants to cut into your lane that you are there. So really this is a pretty good safety kind of feature, and I'm sure it'll be adopted by other brands in time. Wheel rim sizes for the Q9 range from 22 to 23 inches, with the S-Line getting 22 or 23 inches. What I like is no flush type door handles, but a nice chunky one instead. Pull it and again, automatically it opens. So again, this is the 6-seater variant, so 2 buckets at the back. There's no ottoman seat here, but there's a power adjust for the seat travel and backrest angle. So really super comfortable middle row, especially in this 4-seat configuration. And yes, I can shut the door with just the press of a button. And a very important feature which can be a make or break in the luxury segment is sunshades, and the Q9 has that, and they are power operated. So that's one important tick on the feature list. Okay, let's jump into the third row and see how comfy that is. Now in this 6-seat version where there's space between the 2 seats in the middle, I think the best way is to just slide between the 2. What's immediately obvious that this is a proper third row, not like it was in the Q7. But the fact is, it isn't really super spacious for adults. Still, you do sit low down in a knees up position. So not quite designed for adults, but yeah, definitely more comfortable than what you had in the Q7. So you do have a little pampering in the third row as well. You can move the second row seat forward with just the press of a button. This seat is heated too, but not cooled. You've got a USB-C type port over here, a dedicated aircon vent, and you can open the door again with the press of a button to get out easily. The third row seats can be dropped electrically with the touch of a button to give you up to 850 liters of luggage space. With the third row in place, you still get 280 liters, which is good enough for a couple of bags. And well, there's no spare tire over here. You've just got a puncture repair kit. That's all it has. So again, in Indian conditions, that might be a bit of a concern. So here it is, the Audi Q9, which on the face of it has the firepower to take the fight to Mercedes and BMW right at the top of the SUV pyramid. The standout tech, a super comfy cabin and imposing design is enough to put Audi back in the game. Of course, pricing even in the luxury segment is key, but with plans to locally assemble the Q9, Audi can use the cost benefit to price it competitively and make its flagship even more compelling. Game on, Audi.